This is a video on the marginal concept, which is the step one when it comes to introducing calculus. Okay, so just a quick reminder of a definition that the average rate of change of a function f of x from x is equal to some value of a to x is equal to some value b is the function evaluated at b minus the function evaluated at a divided by b minus a. This is the average rate of change of the function. Okay. You can specialize this definition, specialize to business, and instead of the function f of x being some function of x, f of x, you change it to, say, a cost function, where cost, this is the cost of producing Q widgets. Okay? That's the first idea. And instead of x is equal to a and x is equal to b, you choose some value of x. Instead of x, we're using q. And instead of b, we're going to use q plus 1. So we're not going to choose any values of a and b. We're going to choose specific values of some number q and then one more than q. And therefore, the average rate of change becomes the cost of q plus 1 items to make the cost of q items divided by q plus 1 minus q, which is simply the cost to make q plus 1 items minus the cost to make q. The denominator is 1, so we'll just leave it out. Okay. This here, instead of calling it the average rate of change in business, you would call this the marginal cost in producing, the marginal cost at a production level of Q. Okay? And so there's not just the marginal cost, there's also the marginal revenue. Okay, how much the change in your revenue. This would be the revenue at Q plus 1 items minus the revenue for selling Q items. There's the marginal profit. Okay, and this is the profit for selling Q plus 1 items minus the profit for selling Q items. Okay, and so the definitions are the same. The marginal is always this plus 1 idea. Okay, so to give an illustration, to illustrate, imagine that you're thinking about a profit function. Okay, so let's say that you have profit for selling Q items. Okay, and let's say that Q is equal to 5 items. Okay, so let's say the items you're selling are these 5, maybe circles, whatever they are, 5 items. Okay, it follows then that Q plus 1 is equal to 6 items. So let's say you had 6 items, but then that one more item, let's say it's a different color. Okay, so if you sell 5 items, let's say that there's going to be a profit for selling those 5 items. Let's say that you make $100 off of that. And then the profit for 6 items, let's say that you make $120 off of that. Okay, so the marginal profit at the sales level of 5 units is the profit for selling 6 items minus the profit for selling 5 items, okay, which is 120 minus 100, which is equal to 20. Okay, which says that the profit made, you can interpret this as the profit made by selling one more than 5 items is $20. otherwise known as, aka, the profit made off the sixth item is $20. Okay. Now, so that's the basic idea of the marginal concept. Okay. In the next video, we'll look at these are the definitions. Okay. In the next video, we will look at specific examples from the practice problems.